Hello again everyone and welcome back to Oblivion. We're back here just outside of Lost Boy Caverns, which we did clear out in the last episode, and it had quite an intriguing little subplot involved in it, which was nice to see. But for now, we're going to go and pop off and do some more quests. I did realise, upon my last haul of selling a lot of things, we needed an Elven Cuirass to give to the Light Armour Trainer, which I completely forgot about. So we're going to have to find another one from somewhere when possible. But for now, we are going to pursue this quest, I think, if we can find it. Yeah, centuries ago, a great battle took place in Anvil Bay. In the battle, the legendary pirate Toradan ap Dugal, the captain of the infamous Black Flag, was defeated by the first Count of Anvil. Rumours have been circulating of a hidden underground cavern beneath Castle Anvil. If the rumours are to be believed, then the final resting place of Captain Dugal and his ship have been uncovered. I should investigate these rumours as soon as possible. So, we are going to go and do that quest first. But first of all, we are going to go to the anvil itself, just so I can get my curses, etc. cleaned up. Because we do need it quite badly right now. I'm just gonna wait until morning. No, in fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to my house, if I can find it. I can't remember which one my house is, because there's so many damn houses in this place. You know, I generally don't know where it is. I'm fairly sure I have a house, but I don't know which one it is. Unless we're not close enough to it to find it on the map. Potentially. It's probably not right, that. Yeah, I generally don't know where it is, but we'll go to the chapel first. Before I forget, because I will forget. Good to see they've cleaned up the mess in here anyway, since, there we are. My afflictions are banished, which is good. Now, where's my damn house? Somebody tell me where my house is. It's not Benerus Manor. Is it Benerus Manor? Was this the one that I bought and was cursed? I think this might have actually been the one which I purchased and actually had a curse on it. This was the one which I slept in, and then there was yeah, and then some ghost came up and attacked me. I think it's safe to sleep here now. I think. I bloody hope so. Yes, we're safe. Okay, good. Can we find a chest? Is there just a chest of any kind that I can put my thing? There we go. I'll put my things in here. Mairon's Razor, Sanguine Rose, Crown of Lindai. Anything else that I want to store away? I have 100 healing potions now. That's fantastic. I'll put all my keys in here. Can't get rid of the High Fane key. That's curious. Okay. That's fine. I'm pretty sure that we don't need to go to the High Fane anymore, because that was Umbacano's questline, but it is what it is, isn't it? Okay, so, yeah, that was... Yeah, we'll just check inside the Peacemaker's place, which I think is a weapons and armor shop. Just in case they do sell an Elven Cuirass. They probably don't. But it's worth a go, isn't it? It's worth a go.
Good day.
Good day indeed. You're fucking useless. No, I kid. You're doing a good job, just not good enough a job for me. Right, Dunbarrow Cove, let's go. Apparently we've already been here, which has me curious. It would appear that there is a cave that leads under Castle Anvil. The rumours indicate that Dunbarrow Cove may be located under the castle itself. I should head into the cave. Okay. Is that it there? I think I can see it. I'm very shocked that I've not already been here. I must admit. I thought I would have been here by now. Smuggler's Cave? This must be the one. Yes, I've definitely not been in here. So... what we're going to find, I'm not sure. Take some gold, though, while we're here. Is that a person? No, it's just a plant over there. I thought I could see a person, but it was just the roots sticking. The locked room. Is that going to increase our security skill by a chance? It didn't. Well, we may have already read it, possibly. I'm not sure. Right. Let's carry on. Dining hall. Okay, so that's the way into Castle Anvil. If we go straight under, steel cutlass. That definitely does indicate pirates. I followed the rumours and found Dunbarrow Cove and the remnants of the Black Flag. However, the caverns are overrun by the skeletons of the pirates who perished here. I'll have to put them all to rest before I can begin to refit the cove. Also, am I able to, like, repurpose this cove then? That's going to be interesting. As if we didn't need any more places to refurbish and own. Alright, it's one down. So we need to make sure the entire cove is free of any skellies. I wonder if the skeleton of the captain itself is going to appear at some point. Doesn't seem to be anybody down in this level. All the skeletons must be in the higher reaches of the place. That's fine. We'll find them. We will find them. Oh, found one. Hey, his sword's got blood on the end of it. That might be my blood for all I know. Master Forged Steel Cutlass. That's a damn good weapon. It's a very good weapon. That does 23 damage. What does Umbra do? 30. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not quite as good as what I thought it was. Still good. It's not that good, you know. Let's go and find the rest of these skeletons anyway. Not that way. There's no one down there. We know that for a fact. Right, there's some skeletons on board the ship itself. There's a skeleton here. Right. So there's two skeletons on board there, one up here. I'm curious as to whether those other two skeletons are going to run up here and attack me in a minute. They've definitely seen me. There's only one on there now, which indicates the other one may be running up somewhere. Again, I don't know where though. There he is. Don't fall off that bridge. He's gonna fall off the bridge, isn't he? He's gonna fall. Oh, damn it. You had to fall off the bridge, didn't you? You had to fall off the bridge. Why did you fall off the bridge? You're making it so much more awkward for me here. Tell you what, can we just parkour up there? We might be able to just... Okay, no, this is a lot more awkward than what I actually originally anticipated. Or is it? It's not! I'm up here! Parkour! Acrobatics is a fine skill to have leveled up, I'm telling you. Right. So one of them is inside somewhere, apparently, because it requires an area transition of some kind. Can we go inside the black flag itself? Just to see what's in here. It's mostly just storage spaces. Not much to see down here, really, is there? No. I'm gonna guess that this pirate that's in this next place here is probably gonna be the captain himself. I'm guessing. Captain's quarters, yeah. It's gonna be the captain. Captain Dougal. I shall duel you, Mr. Dougal. There we go, Mr. Dougal is dead. So that should be all of them now, I think. I've destroyed the last of the undead pirates and claimed Dunbarrow Cove as my own. The cavern and the hulk of the Black Flag are in terrible condition after hundreds of years underground. I should speak with Dahlia Rackham of the Clarabella. She will be able to assist me in hiring a crew to turn Dunbarrow Cove into a suitable base of operations. Who? Seriously. Who? Who is that person? I ain't never heard of her before. Where is this place? That I need to go. Okay, so it's in it must be the captain of a ship. This is the Anvil Docks, yeah, so it must be one of the ship captains.
Looks strong.
Why, thank you.
Guess who I am? Cainlorn or Maynlorn?
Cainlorn?
Right. The one in... Goodbye.
I mean, it does say your name in the bottom right corner of the screen, which is a bit of a, you know, unfair advantage for me for that question. Anyway, seats up Clarabella. Dahlia Rackham. Dunbarrow Cove upgrades.
Let's do business.
Okay, so we can hire a fence, hire Fletcher, upgrade my quarters, a security expert, a spy master, and a supplier. Let's just get them all.
Pleasure doing.
Fletcher, quarters, security expert, spy master, and supplier. There we go.
Good day.
I've completely upgraded Dunbarrow Cove and hired on a full crew. Once a week, the pirates who follow me will provide me with my share of their plunder. In order to send them out, I must speak with one of them. The pirate Scurvy John Hoff, the pirate Yinzer. Okay, I must speak with one of them to send them on a mission. They will return to Dunbarrow Cove in 1 week with my share of the loot. Okay, so we can kind of send them all on operations and get loot. That's quite a neat idea, isn't it, actually? So tell you what, if we go back to that cave, just to see what we can do with them anyway. I don't think we'll be here very often, but if I'm ever in Anvil, I'll try and remember to come here just to check on their status. Oh wow, more known route. There's more known route here than you can shake a Cinderian at. Does the door to Castle Anvil work? No. No, it does not. Okay, Dunbarrow Cove. What does this place look like now, then? Better? Yinzer. I want you to head out and plunder. Your crew will return in one... Oh, okay. Everyone's running... Zadric Green, Scurvy John Hoff, and... Yinder. Okay, so they're all just running out.
A pleasure to
Kovan Kren.
have a look at my ware.
So he spells... He spells? He sells spells. That's fine. This must be the Fletcher.
Yes.
Melwyn.
Have a look at my ware.
She also sells spells. And trains marksmen. Nice. There's a big old pit of flames there. That's fine. So is there anybody inside the actual ship itself? Ah, this looks a lot better, doesn't it? This looks much less tattered.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Good day.
Jack Silver, that's a good name.
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
No, you don't. I can already tell by your inventory you're lying to me there. But I respect your confidence at least. And carry on. Okay. Can I check out my quarters? The actual captain's quarters? Ah, Grey Fox wanted poster. Nice. Ah, Smuggler's Key. Does that open the door to Castle Anvil? Oh, he's got a journal. Oh, let's have a read of this. In finding it unlikely that anyone will be finding this journal, but if they do, know that here will be written the last words of the great captain Torandan Apdugal, scourge of the Abacaean Sea, terror of the Gold Coast, cutthroat of Hunding Bay, and Lord Captain of the Red Sabre, the finest band of buccaneers and pirates heir to sail Tamriel. I ain't a man with much use for words. I ain't never been to no academies, and I ain't never wrote no books. Words ain't never earned me no gold, so they's worthless to me. That's why we have quartermasters and first mates. But I'm gonna be setting my last thoughts down here on paper because I ain't got much time left here. And it's every old man's right to have his words heard. Now, my business was fighting, sailing, and looting. I became a leader of sailing men, the most feared in history, or so they tells me. Now, before ye be getting ahead of yourself, let me be warning ye that me tale does not end well, as I'm sure you can see from wherever ye found me rotten bones in this god's cursed cavern. I was born in a little town on the north coast of Skyrim called Dunbarrow. Me mother was a wench and my father was a right bastard. The only thing that either of them did for me was do me the favour of selling me off to a sea captain when I was 9. That captain, he taught me everything I'd ever need to know about sailing, and a few things about the rest too. You see, he were a smuggler, and he taught me all about smuggling and avoiding the Imperial Navy as he run the schooner route from Daggerfall to Vivek. Shame he were caught and hung. He was closer with daddy as this old pirate ever knew. Closer than that bastard what sold me off ever were, that's for sure. That's part 1. After the captain were hung, I got around Hammerfell a lot, fell in with a few crews here and there, and after a time got myself hired as a midshipman on Captain Kaladas's rig. Of course, Kaladas was a drunkard and the damn fool ran his own ship aground in Anvil afore we could any real pirating done. I feel... Was Captain Kaladas the one who, was it Grantham Blakely? Was that the captain? Potentially. I don't know. I might be wrong there. No, because the captain was actually a good man in that one, wasn't it? I can't remember. So embarrassed were he that he drank himself to death in one of the pisshole taverns in this flat little seawater town. There were in a backwater port when the war against the usurper broke out. I were out on hire with a rickety tub and her worthless rot of a captain when the Imperial Navy stole every pirate ship in port to go and fight their war. We was coming back into dock when we heard about it. Now only a fool doesn't bite when he smells blood in the water, and that captain of ours was going to hand his rudder over to the Navy. The rest of us, well, we didn't so much like that. We cut his throat and tossed his worthless carcass to the depths for Sermus Mora to feast on. The rest of us put keel to this mud hole and broke for the nearest cove to lay low for a while. Now, the thing that I learned about war is that it's profitable for just about everyone except for the poor bastards that actually have to go and fight it. While the Navy were busy putting down the revolution, they were too busy to worry about a bunch of pirates running up and down the Gold Coast. And even better for us, the Navy was needing a stream of supplies up in high rocks to fight and didn't have the ships to escort them. In case you don't be knowing, cargo vessels without escorts is a pirate's best friend. In just a couple of years, I had every buccaneer from here to Valenwood flying under me flag. We had dozens of ships and crew and more men joined on every day. Soldiers and sailors, cast-offs from the war, escaped prisoners. They were the best cutthroats and sons of whores that a pirate captain could ever wish for. It brings me a tear to my eye to think of them all. But even better than the men were the ships, captured navy cutters, refitted privateer galleons, even had a few of them Bosma ships with the funny living sails in my fleet. The finest ship I saved for myself, the Black Flag. You'll find a rotting hull around here. She don't look like much now, but I can tell you that in her day there weren't no vessel she couldn't outrun. All these men and ships, we called ourselves the Red Sabre. The merchant ships called us Death on the Seas. We got to be so feared that most crews just abandoned ship when they seen our flag on the horizon. With no navy to stop us, Captain Torrendan Abdugal and the Red Sabre was known all over the east. Now I ain't one to brag, but the Empire had a bounty on me of 40,000 coins. Now that's something to be proud of. Of course, the poor bastards could never collect on it. Anvil being the wretched den that it is, and most sailors there worked for me anyhow. The Legion couldn't get no one to give me up. I wish those days could have lasted forever, but you know how it is, friend. Ain't nothing good can ever last. So we'll read on. I ain't got much time left, sure. We have plenty of food down here. It lasted for years. But all this time in the wet and the dark, I got something nasty growing on me. What a terrible way to die. Not on the end of an enemy's cutlass, but because of some damned sickness. No seafaring man should die like this. At least I can still hear the water. But I was telling the story of how I got mine, weren't I? I cursed the day that the Cameron usurper died at that war ended, because it was that day that Commodore Facile Umbranox turned his attention to the Red Sabre. A couple of months after the war, that fat pompous bastard decided to come down here to Anvil and take up port in my town, looking to break up the Red Sabre. The Emperor gave him whatever he asked for to campaign against us, despite the coffers being empty from the war in High Rock. When Umbranox couldn't get what he needed from my men in Anvil, he set out looking all over the Abyssinian Sea for the Black Flag. There are hundreds of islands in the Abyssinian, and he landed a crew on each one. He rooted out my men when he could find them, hung those who weren't willing to go peacefully, and jailed those who laid down arms. No matter for many ships and men it cost him, he kept coming with more and more. We could never get ahead of him, and we could never mount a counterattack. It took him 4 years and a hell of a lot of ships, but that sea rat finally tracked me down. It was my own fault. Anyway, if I never made the mistake I made, he'd have died before he found me. But a man has to stand up for his mistakes, no matter if it cost him. Besides, ain't like I'll be fooling you, since you're likely staring at me bones as you're reading this. Umbranox had his main force out of port following the lead that I planted. I set sail back to Anvil, hoping to catch him off guard, capture the boats he left behind, and fight him with his own ships in Anvil Bay. Ha! Can you imagine the look on his pig's face if it had worked? I thought I'd finally get the Whoreson to show his face in a proper fight. I should have known, but he had men waiting there for me. We fought like hell, but we were trapped in the bay. The Navy men set the town on fire to keep us from fleeing onto land. I'm sure that the fine citizens of Cyrodiil didn't wait for the torching of a town of thieves. The main force of Imperial dogs held us until Umbranox showed up in his flagship. Umbranox fought me to the last ship, and in the end the bay was filled with sunken and burning boats. If I weren't fighting for my life, I'd have probably thought it was beautiful. So the Black Flag and Umbranox's rickety tub were the only ones that were still floating and fighting when dawn came. So I did what any pirate with sense would do. I tried to run. Now understand, I'm a right bastard in my own way. I'm a pirate, a murderer, a thief, and I certainly ain't never believed in a fair fight. But there's a line and an unspoken code between sailormen and Dunbarrow went too far. He had mages on his ship. Mages ain't never been allowed on my boats. They're no good, bad luck, and I don't trust them. Turns out I was right. I cut across the south side of the bay along the huge cliff wall that used to be there. I had my helmsman stay as close as he could to the cursed cliff. I could hear those mages from the deck of Dunbarrow's ship yelling some nonsense into the wind. A few rocks fell onto my deck, a few more, and then the whole bloody cliff came crashing down on top of me. Now don't you worry, I didn't die just then. The cliff collapsed around the ship, making this damned cavern. Better than it just fell on us, but no, it sailed the Black Flag, her crew and me under tons of rock. We were buggered. Oh wow. And then we've got one more part of it to read. I see my own blood more times than I could ever count, but seeing the ragged mess that just come up out of me lungs just now is the only time I ever been afraid of it. I guess I should be getting to the last bit of my story. Me and my crew were trapped down here, never to see the light again or some rot. We tried digging out, we tried blasting out, we tried calling to the Nines and the Daedric Princes for help. Nothing worked. Some of the men went crazy when we figured out that there were no getting out, but most of us just accepted what fate had dealt us. We made the hulk of the Black Flag into the best home that we could and tried making a life of it down here. We had plenty of stores with us, and since most of the crew were killed in the fight, it was more than enough to go around. I will tell you, though, that you ain't known suffering until you ate nothing but hard rations for 20-some years. All the pain I ever caused anyone has been paid back to me tenfold in having to eat the same filth every day for the whole time I've been down here. Then Grim died off. Grim was the first, and one by one the boys had been dropping off. They all got the same sickness I ended up with. We buried him when we could, threw him in the water when we didn't have strength to bury him. Finally, we just made him walk to the far side of the cavern a couple of days before the sickness ran its course. And the last, and I suppose that makes sense, the great Captain Dougal, defeated by Facile Dunbarrow and buried alive forever. I wonder what became of Anvil. Probably let it burn and swept the ashes into the sea. Dunbarrow probably went back to the Imperial City to pat himself on the back and be rewarded with lands and titles. Like I said way back in the beginning, I don't expect nobody to ever read this, but if by chance someone does find my carcass down here in this pit, do an old seaman a favour. Track down whatever descendants that fat old sack Dunbarrow may have, and tell him that Tordan Apdagal says hello. Wow. That was actually a very, very brilliant story. That was really, really, really well done. I enjoyed reading that. I don't normally read like the extended, massive books.
I used to think you were a hero.
Okay, don't start with that shit. Do not start with that shit. There we go. Yeah. I don't normally read the long stuff, but that was actually very, very fun indeed. And yeah, Dunbarrow, his descendants, are now the descendants are now the leaders of Anvil, aren't they? Well, Milena and is Milena Dunbarrow, I think, or Valena, Vanessa. Can't quite remember what the Countess's first name is. I'm pretty sure she is the Countess of Anvil. And her husband is missing. However, I do believe I know where he is. I'll just leave that one there yet again. Yeah, I think on that note, guys, we are going to end this episode here. Been a bit of a long one, but I hope you all enjoyed reading that little tale along with me. So, yeah, thank you very much again, guys. And I will catch you all in the next episode of Oblivion. Thanks again, guys. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.